In this video, I tackle one of the many things that Lancer owners dread, and that is the fabled, what is it? Oh wait, it's the rear engine mount. This rear engine mount has been annoying Lancer owners for as long as can be, and there are two different methods that I know of to pull it out. But before I go into that, don't hesitate to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my channel content for more, and well, what's next? It is about 12:43 in the morning. One of the key components I wanted to point out before I showed you the video was the fact that it was a little difficult to reposition the rear motor mount back into the car. A lot of it was just repositioning it and trying to get it to fit within that little crevice. And what I found was if you get that center one between the motor mount and the actual mount itself that connects to the back of the transmission bell housing, well, you can get the other two in there. You want to align that one first before putting the other two bolts, as I may say, back into the car, because if you put them back in the car the other way, you're going to have a hard time trying to realign that one center bolt. And I had to go play back and forth with my own car. Ha! Oh, if I could tell that story. Without further ado, let's get to it. This is the front mount here. This is the transmission mount. The starter. This is that rear motor mount that everybody complains about for some reason. And then this is the passenger side motor mount. Two 17 millimeters right here, and then there is a 19 back there. Now right here, since this mount is loose, there's a 14 millimeter right here, and then a 14 millimeter on the other side that you got to hold with a wrench. I'm going to take this splash shield down here and then use my air ratchet to pop it off. In most cases, there is a splash shield that comes off right here. I am already doing another project, so that other side is already off. I'm going to hold the nut on the other side while I loosen this up with my air ratchet. Just so you can see the other nut, it's right there. Here's the bar, right there. Here's that nut. I just push up on this. This comes out. And the whole lower mount is out. First mount that I'm going to address, take the old mount off and then put the new mount on. Using a 14 mil. And the mount comes off. You want to take note of what direction the mount is sitting. In this case, the mount's pointed this way. Brush some of this dirt off. Just gonna I'll reinstall that in a little bit because I need to keep this out to do the back. I need to open the hood. I'm going to unhook the wire to the mass airflow sensor and pop it off. This off. Using a 10 millimeter and extension, I'm going to remove these two bolts so I can cover it up enough. I'm going to remove this bolt here on the side of the air box, and then right on the other side there's another bolt. There's one, there's two. On the rubber that goes to the intake manifold, I'm going to loosen up just like this, and this whole unit should just come right up and out. Just like that. Here, that's the mount bracket. The actual mount is right here. We gotta take the bracket off first to get the mount out. So it's pretty straightforward. I have to unbolt the mount. Bolts on the top side, and I'm talking you through this while I'm doing it so I can show you. The bolts on the top side are this one here, and then there's one, if you can see my hand, There's one on the bottom. It's kind of hard to see, but there's one here and one here. And you're gonna remove those as well as the one in the center. Then I'm gonna unbolt the mount and I'm able to pull the mount straight up and out. I'm gonna use a 17 millimeter. There we go. All right, this is where it gets kind of tricky for most. There's a 17 mil here, back in here. Right there. That needs to be loosened as well from the vehicle. Just like this. I only loosen that up a little bit because I have to take on the front and the back. There's 12 millimeter bolts right here and right here and right here, and same for the back side. So I'm going to remove those two. Oh yeah. There we go. Here's number 2. This one's going to be kind of hard to see. This one's the back side. You got 2 bolts at an angle here, and mine are covered in mud. It's a little tough to get to. Boom. And I'm not going to remove this one because it's going to hit the mount. I'm just going to loosen it as much as it will go. But we can pull this whole mount out. In theory. Yep, there we go. Jostle it. I'm gonna be late on class. I don't know why these are so hard. It wasn't too difficult to get out. Maybe I should have taken the mount off. Oh, no, there we go. Let's see if I can snake it through here. I may have to cut those lines. There we go. It's not a hack or anything, it's just, that's how it is. I pulled it out as one unit. As you can probably tell, it's broken. I'm going to quickly compare my pieces before I start pulling stuff off. They look identical, so I'm going to zip this off with use a 14 millimeter wrench to hold one, and then same for the other, and then loosen it up that way using my impact wrench. Okay, just like that. Give me a lending hand. And I'm just going to slide this right out. And there we go. There's my old mount. Just like that. Could have taken note on which way it went. It's going to be like that. Take the 14, tighten it down. There we go. And then I'm going to actually loosen it just a bit, just for now, because when I put it back in the car, I want it to free move until I fully torque it down. So then I'm not prematurely wearing the bushing. I have this the motor mount ready to go back inside the car, so I'm just going to snake it through. my nice sleeves. They're getting dirty. There we go. I get that one bolt in the dead of center lined up before I tighten everything down. I'm going to reinstall this top one, kind of line it up, kind of line it, and then install it. There we go. Do the same for the bottom. Set that in there, and then tighten it down. To undo the bracket again, and then realign things. So now what I'm doing is I'm tightening the bracket up against the back of the transmission. And this now just becomes a game of back and forth till you get everything lined up. Like here, I'm pulling it closer, and then on the other one, I'm tightening it, and now I gotta get the bolt through.
I found that the rear motor mount bolts that go directly to the subframe, that video did not get captured, unfortunately, and I really wish it did because it would make life easy, so I tried my best this morning to replicate it as I'm editing the video right now. And while I'm doing that, I did use a long extension with a swivel head at the end of it and a socket that was a 14mm short. Now for that one rear bolt that's on the little bend there, I also used a flexible gear wrench ratcheting ratchet, instead of the 0-degree offset used previously. That made it easier to put back on. It was just a little more challenging that I found, so I did it from above instead of below.
Okay, this took a freaking long time. It's all back together now, but these are coarse threads, so if you screw these up, they're stripped. Doesn't help that I'm working on dirt. 19mm. Just wait, I'm gonna put a head in this car. The 14mm right here. It's dark for a second because my light shut off to charge the camera. That 14mm right here, that's on the actual mount itself, needs to be tightened. There's 3 bolts, 2, 3, all 17. All 3 of those are 14mm. Support the engine with the jack. Engine supported with jack, now we can start tearing it apart. It's a little dark, I know. Here's 2. Using a 10mm, I'm going to remove this ground strap. Lift up the engine until this comes free. That. And this one's out. There are the old and the new part. Here's the new part. Has a nut on the bottom. Grab the old part.
We have that nut on the bottom that needs to be removed. That's a 14 millimeter. You can either tuck this in a vise and remove it, or I'm just going to use my impact. 14 millimeter. Just like that. This slides off like so. Make sure that they're identical, and they do look identical. Make sure the mounting holes kind of line up. They do. Just take this, set it under here, take the new bolt, give it some agadagas. Is that the word, agadagas? I don't know. I heard somebody use that once. Kind of make sure it's tight. I didn't want to go all the way down, only because I didn't want to damage it. But here we go. Slide it in. There it is. There. So there's one. There's two. There's three. There's one. .3/8 socket, ratchet, and extension. I'm going to drive those 14 millimeter nuts down. I feel really dirty. Dirtier than normal. I'm going to reinstall this ground. Just like that. And it's in.
Okay, so this one's a little more intermediate compared to some of the more basic repairs. And one of the reasons why I left out the transmission mount specifically is because the transmission mount didn't actually fit. Trust me when I say that it did not fit. And to show you, I actually have a transmission mount out of a 2006 Mitsubishi Lancer and the one that came in the kit. Now, if you look carefully at the way that they are, here we go, now they're positioned. You can see that they're quite a bit a ways off. And the new one is incorrectly manufactured for some odd reason, because I ended up buying an OEM one later on and finding out that, oh wait, it was incorrectly manufactured. It wasn't a redesign, because if it was a redesign, it wouldn't be like that. Besides that hiccup, everything else went by pretty smooth. I tried my best to show you as many camera angles as I could, because it is a really confined space, and being that confined really is difficult. As normal, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my channel content for more, and leave a comment. I mean, I'll answer them within time. Who knows? The Lancer is just getting better, or it's getting worse. Who knows? Okay,